Ow! Ow! My head, it hurts. I guess now I just want to have sex with a lot of people. Concussion! Released in 2013. I don't know what that was, but this film is directed by Stacy Passon, who has also directed such films like Transparent, The Last Tycoon, and We Have Always Lived in the Castle. And this film is starring Robin Weigert, Maggie Siff, Julie Fane Lawrence, Ben Schenkman, Janet Maloney, and Emily Kinney. Abby Abelman is a middle-aged woman who is going about her days in a dull routine, until one day when her son accidentally hits her in the head with a baseball, and she suffers a mild concussion. And ever since the baseball accident, she starts questioning her life, and decides to go on a bunch of sexual escapades and become an escort. And because she's an apartment flipper, and she's currently flipping an apartment right now, and because the guy she hires to do like all the heavy duty work in the apartment flipping is like part of like a pimping agency, kind of underground backdoor type thing, she has a little in there, so she can become just like a small-time escort. But she's happy. I'll be honest, when I used the random generator to pick a random movie off of my shelf that I wanted to watch and that I'll review for this channel, and when Concussion came up, I thought it was going to be the 2015 Will Smith football film, and then I remember like, oh, I don't own that movie, I own this one. Because I will say, though, that this is a very naturalistic slice-of-life look at domestic partnership. You have this married couple that is madly in love with each other, but after so many years, you do get tired, you do get in a routine, and sometimes you do get bored. That's why a lot of people in their middle ages go to therapy, because they're questioning the meanings of their life, or looking back at the past of what they've done, or just trying to find that extra motivation to make a change in their life, or do something that's out of their routine, and something that's exciting. Ooh, I know, I'm gonna go around and sleep with a lot of people without my spouse knowing. Da-da-da-da, great decisions! Now, I did say that this takes a very naturalistic approach to telling this story. It feels very real. It feels like these characters actually live in the world today, and this movie was just kind of like a cake cutter, and just cut out this little piece of their life and put it on screen for all of us to watch. There's nothing overly dramatic, there's nothing melodramatic, it just feels like the performances that we get here are real. It's in the simplicity of the performances, the simplest actions, the slight little move of a head, or slight little maybe wink of an eye, or just maybe a hand movement can tell an entire story and can share so much emotion. You don't need to have everything spoon-fed for you like a bunch of other films that I've reviewed on this channel love doing. That being said, though, I'm not buying this film's title reasoning being called Concussion, because the whole concussion bit with her getting hit in the head with a baseball by her kid happens in the first like 30 seconds. And yeah, she goes to the hospital and they tell her that she has a concussion, and again, that's like another minute. And then nothing. I was almost hoping for like that concussion to cause something like in her brain. Maybe her brain was bleeding or something, I don't know. Just some reason as to like a switch that went on that made her go down this incredibly exotic and erotic path. I think it's a little cheap and a little easy for Abby to blame the decisions that she makes in, you know, the later acts in Act 2 and in Act 3 of this movie, based it on just that first little like minute and a half sequence where she was bleeding from her temple. I mean, you're an adult, you made these decisions, now you just have to lie with them. It does also feel very formulaic. Nothing that we see here in the storytelling of an event like this is nothing that we haven't seen before. This woman who is in a married relationship with her spouse gets bored, and then she makes the decision to have sex with other people and become an escort and do it for payment, and does it for a very long time. Chances are the spouse is gonna suspect something, and then later on in the later acts, we'll probably find out what's actually happening. I don't think that's a spoiler. I feel like that's kind of a given when you go into a movie like this. A given to expect that's where we're going. And I will say, it's one of the most unique and honest and simplest scenes of that discovery I've ever seen in film. Usually when someone finds out that they're being cheated on, they go off the rails, they scream, they break down, they cry, they throw things, they get into fights. When here, in this movie, when it happens, she comes in and she confirms her suspicions, and she just kind of walks around and leaves. I was like, yeah, shit's gonna go down, of course, but, yeah, I mean, you could yell, you could scream, you could cry, you could fight. What's that gonna change? Nothing. Robin Weigart plays Abby, and she's on screen the majority of the time. This is her story. She is the main protagonist here. And I think she does a stellar job. Again, with the simplest of actions. She's very natural in this role. All, of course, with the assistance from great directing from Stacey Passon. Concussion, it's a slice-of-life look into a married couple going through a rough patch in their life. It's very dramatic. There's really no levity in this, so if you're in the mood for just like, okay, this is real life stuff and nothing really fun or spectacular happens in real life, then you're gonna have a good time with this movie. If you watch movies to escape from real life issues that you have with a significant other, or if you go to the movies to be entertained, you're probably not gonna enjoy this one. But I'm gonna give Concussion 3 out of 5 Blu-rays.
Not exactly what I had in mind, but not bad.
Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part of my videos where I pick which movie I'm going to be watching next, and the next one comes as a PayPal recommendation and donation from one of my longest contributors and supporters of this channel, Mr. and Mrs. Rusted Beetle. It's been a while since I've heard from you two. Hopefully you're doing alright, and I thank you very much for this recommendation and donation. This movie called The Red Violin? I don't know what it's about. I see Samuel L. Jackson is in it, and I believe it came out around like the late 90s, early 2000s. Never heard of this thing before. I'm getting a lot of Quills vibe, though. Like, it's probably the violin. We're probably going to go back to, you know, the 1700s. You just feel like there's a whole bunch of quills everywhere. I don't know. Hopefully it's about music. It's The Red Violin. And we'll watch it next time. So guys, have you seen Concussion? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you know the next time I release my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time with my review of The Red Violin. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.